you're gonna see there's little art and graffiti everywhere, and so it's kind of cool. You're like trying to figure it out, but it's cool. It's very safe here. There's a big Paget place there. A good friend of mine, he lives there, and I don't think anybody's ever been here. I don't know about that, but now I'm about to connect my wheelchair. I'm about to connect my GoPro to my wheelchair, so you're gonna see where I'm going and how I live my life just to go to Robinson's Mall. All right, see you soon. So now I am going to show y'all how I get around here in the Philippines. If you call me crazy, call me crazy. If you call me Evel Knievel, call me Evel Knievel. If you want to judge me, go ahead and judge me. But I like it here. It's not perfect, but no town is perfect. You know, big cities have more infrastructure. People tell me that Thailand is the best place to go for a guy in a wheelchair. But the thing is, I don't want to be surrounded by all the sex, and I don't want to be surrounded by all of the lady boys. I just don't. I don't want to offend anybody by saying that, but I just want to speak my mind. But it's very accessible, so maybe I may go there and check it out. Just check it out, see how it's like living there, and just understand their culture. But I love the culture here, and I love doing what I'm doing now. And this is a place called Billy's. They have a bar here, and another bar over the corner. They do karaoke at night. It's outside, so it gets loud. This is a Want to race? Not today. You're too fast. Say hello. Say hello. Wave. So, jeepneys, cars, the motor guys, they go here. I go right behind them wherever I go. And then there's cabs, and but the jeepneys are where most of the jeepneys like to go. And I'll show you the jeepneys also. Sorry. Thank you. That is a Jeep. And this is where I live. So we'll go here, cross over here. So it is 9:30 a.m. because the afternoon gets really hot. So I'm going down to the immigration to take care of all my passport, to get it renewed. I was in the hospital at the first of the year after a rough, tough last year. But you know what? Here, it cost me 100,000 pesos for a week, equivalent to 2,000 US dollars. So I don't like to do that at the hospital. But in the US, how much would it cost for caregivers? I mean, not caregivers, but for doctors and for all the things that you spend at a hospital. How much would I be spending in there just for my deductible alone? You know, but I don't want to go to the hospital anymore this year. So that's why I love the Philippines. There's a big airline called Philippine Airlines. And you can come over here, you can get all your airline tickets, get it all set up. There's banks everywhere. So many are owned by the Philippines, but a few are owned by China. Now this is a really cool place. This is a really cool little place where you can go hang out on the outside. You can just hang out, have a beer. I don't drink anymore. I'm sober, and I'm very happy I'm sober. I'm very proud I'm sober, and I want to stay sober. But there's a little place here. You can come here and just hang out and have lunch. They have really good lunches here for very inexpensive versus paying for a big hotel chain or a big restaurant chain. They're little bitty places. I don't really eat street food. I've done that before. I'm not really a big, huge, super fan of, like, for example, sisig. Sisig is basically pig face. I'm not a big Arkansas Razorback fan, so why do I want to eat a pig face? I just really don't do it. That's really weird. So people are cooking over here. People are here cooking for lunch to sell their stuff, and there are a lot of street people over here that sell their food. And there's a little barber salon here. As you know, it's not real wheelchair accessible. So I just use it to go where I've got to go. Hey, how are you doing?
Hey, thanks, good, honey. Good morning.
Do what? So, I'm going to go up here till the next turn. There's a chapel, and there is a Lions Club, and we go and meet the community here. There are people going around, and they sell coconut milk. How are you, sir? The Lions Club here. The Cebu Lions Club. I love that. Glad to see that here. I know the jeepney, as we said before. The jeepneys are, people can go anywhere they want for like, I think it's like just less than $1. It's for transportation all over this island and all over this, not just here. But those jeepneys were back from the war, and I think we built all these little jeeps, and then they turned them into jeepneys, and they took something that was bad and made the best of it. This little gown to do to get married in a spa. Cool people. How are y'all? Thank you. The veterinary hospital. It's a cheap little hotel here for 1,000 pesos. You can get Netflix, YouTube, and this is a nice little ramen restaurant, a little nest, home and fabric shop. They do have, it's a different culture, but after a while, you really enjoy it. And I just know I have met people that moved here, and they've been here for 20 years, and they just don't ever want to go back. I want to go back just to see my family, but right now, I'm happy where I am, and I love my life, and it's not, I would guess roughly, if you're coming here, make sure that you have a big enough savings so you don't come here and you're broke. And watch out for scammers, because there are scammers everywhere. Don't meet people online. Do not. You're always going to be scammed. There may be people you may meet every once in a while. They may be a real person, but I would rather meet a real person. And if I meet somebody, I get their phone number, I have a conversation with them, and then I can, it may be something where report Sissing. That's a Sissing. So if I told you, which basically it is big face, cracks me up. All right, and then there are beautiful people everywhere, and they're beautiful children. Some of them they have their child on a jeepney sometimes. They have their child on a motorcycle. You'll see, it scares me to see someone carrying a little child right in the middle. Like, oh my gosh, what if there's a wreck? It scares me for the child. But that's their life here. They're a very poor country. And I try to help out as much as I can, but I have boundaries on how much I make. So, if you can come here, just understand, roughly for 2,000 pesos to 3,000, I'm sorry, for 2,000 US dollars to $3,000, you can live. So 2,000, you come here and you can live. But just understand, you're going to be cooking a lot of your own food at home, not going out to the bars all the time. I'm sober, so I love my life. So if you don't want to waste all your money on other brands, and then I would recommend checking it out. If you're retired, then great place to live. But you got to understand, it's a different culture, a different world. You have to understand the learning. Once you learn how the people are here, and how they're good people, that's how freaking life in the U.S. I gave everything I own to my neighbor. I said, man, do you want anything in here? Because I'm ready to sell all this shit and get rid of all this shit. So I said, okay. He said, no problem. I said, all right, here's what I'll do. Just pay me. I'll tell for everything for $1,000. It wasn't everything, but it was like just some things like TV I didn't use, extra junk that I didn't want to put in storage. I want to keep some documents in my storage, still have a storage also. But I just didn't want to keep all the junk. So I sold everything to him, and he hasn't paid me a dime. So if you're getting scammed, it may be where you live, in your hometown, and you ask your neighbor to help you, and you help them because he had just had a divorce and his wife was holding all of his assets. So he couldn't access his stuff. So he was kind of in a bind. So I said, yeah, hey, well, I'll do a deal. Just pay me back on Cash App for like $99 a month for 10 months and we'll be done. And I said, you know, I just want to make sure you're paying a minimum of $100 for a fill a month. And because I agreed to $1,000 and I made it a deal, I just wasn't giving me money or anything. And I said, you know, I need some help. I just want to get my stuff because I don't put it on storage. Because I am tired of dealing with storage. So I've had storage things with a wheelchair accessible gym that I never used, just sitting in storage. I just didn't want to deal with that. So, anyway, back on track.
Audio Jump.
Put in my blanket, I would restock with all my nail supply, and then I went to Denny's here, TGI Fridays, Wings Place, there's everything you need here. But now, right now, there's about to be a big, we have Christmas here, then they have a big Synagogue Festival, and then they have a big Chinese New Year here. So it's a different culture. But yeah, they're celebrating. They have this many festivals, one over the other. And they're happy people. Hey, how are y'all doing? Hey, how are you? You're very beautiful people. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, there are beautiful women everywhere, and I'm not out chasing for women, but you know, it's good to see living and great place. There is a 7-Eleven across the street, and the 7-Eleven across the street is where, 7-Elevens used to be everywhere in the U.S. Guess what? They're everywhere in the Philippines. And I think right now there are more dispensaries for marijuana in Thailand. They went recreational, and then the recreational, and their whole country was like, we've got to slow down, we've got to slow down. So now I think they've just recently changed from recreational to medical marijuana, and I don't want any other one of them. I'm staying sober. I've given up marijuana, I've given up alcohol, I've given up sodas, I've given up less sugar. I'm just trying to live a better life. And I'm living my best life. And I'm going to go inside here and grab a little cup of coffee. And my caregiver, who basically is like my bodyguard, takes care of me. And this is beautiful. It has a very music culture. And I'm going to go over here. I'm not going to drink coffee. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to get me a big bottle of water or something. And I got a question for you. As a child, like the age of 12, somebody told me that Adidas stood for All Day I Dream About Sex. That has been planted, that seed has been planted in my head. So everywhere you go, you see Adidas everywhere. And I ask people, do you know what that means? They say no. And they don't even know, but that's really not the truth. It's kind of like a urban myth. But the thing is they have really cool brand stuff, and it's just, it is what it is. These Vivo phones. Vivo phones are so cheap. It costs like $100, and it's sponsored by NBA. And I don't know if that's made in China or made here. I know it's all made in China. Of course, made in China, but I don't know exactly. I can tell you there are a couple of brands that are. The Redmi is made in China and owned by China. The MI, that little brand right there, that is made in China but also owned by China. China funds it. And Huawei says be inspired, be Nova. Those are all made in China. Not just made in China, but China owns the country. So what they do is they're giving people the cheapest phone they can afford, so they can track. Hey, how are you doing? Are you the realtor? Okay, so this is awesome. Okay. I will keep this and I'll take a look at it. Thank you. Do you have anything wheelchair accessible for someone in a wheelchair in the bathroom?
Yes, sir.
A bigger bathroom to get into?
We will talk about it. Just contact me.
Okay. I'll give you a shot. Thank you.
Okay. Have a nice day, sir. Jacob.
You too. I'll put it in my pocket. Not going to buy a condo here unless they find the perfect wheelchair accessible. But there's Abaca coffees are everywhere. Abaca, their brand is built not just a coffee shop and baking store where they cook, where they bake food, they bake everything, fresh food, baked every day in little locations. They deliver it here, so it's all fresh. And they have a deal where in the evening at certain times you can buy for a different price, but it's really cool. And the crazy thing is I'm good friends with the guy. He came here and he didn't have a car. So my friend helped him buy a car, and he's built a huge business, which abacas are now. There are also have brands called Fat Faux, which is, and then here we have Krispy Kreme. Ah, Krispy Kremes, yummy. I love it. It's a lot of sugar. Thank you. Krispy Kreme here. Food to go. Pork barbecue for roughly $3. Lechon, which is pork, that's roughly it's less than $3 for food. Vegetables for $1.50. More. They have vegetables with eggs. So once you understand it's a different culture, then you will start enjoying your life. So this has great produce. I go here inside my mall, right next to me. I go in there because they have all these great vegetables. So I buy my vegetables locally through them. And cabbage, they have cabbage, and it's like for less than $1. I can make some coleslaw or whatever. All the vegetables. I like to eat pears more than I like to eat kiwis or apples. And I love lemons, but you can't find limes. Hey everybody, I said this is Chad Raney, and I'm sober, but if you want alcohol, you can get whatever you want. There's wine, a box wine, Frenzia. Oh man, that's reminding me of college. Oh my gosh, we had so much box wine. Oy, oy, oy. They have a lot of Australian wines, and they have the yellowtail and the other ones. I don't even know wine anymore. But they also have things that are already cold. You want to buy a shot. Whatever you need, or if you want any type of tequila, whatever you want, I just choose not to numb my life anymore, to live my full life, and I just want to be healthier, because I want a longer life. I'm not judging, I'm just telling you what I choose, and so we all have choices, and we all have consequences. It's just not, I don't mind having a beer with somebody. I'm not going to judge them. I'm just there, I'm going to drink the water. I don't even want beer. And they also have bread. Fresh baked bread every day. If you need a little bun, and get hot dogs. They eat a lot of hot dogs. I have not had one of their hot dogs. I just like it's very different culture. But they also have fudge and cookies, water, sushi, and salads, sushi, and bread. I tell you what, my favorite thing here is the baguettes and the sourdough. Oh, my sourdough. I love sourdough. But I don't want to eat so much, bread. Bread fills you up, holds you on, but also isn't great. If you eat a lot of bread, it just turns into sugar. And that's how your body works. Little burger place. Cake place. Another Mandawi City. How are you? Do you have any wheelchair accessible?
Sir?
With a wheelchair? PWD rooms?
Yes, sir. We have the elevators. We have the elevators, sir.
Okay. Elevators, but no bathrooms. Okay. They just don't understand you need a wheelchair accessible bathroom. They just don't get it. They don't realize that people that are older need wheelchairs. And you don't see people in wheelchairs everywhere because they're keeping their home. There's no vans with ramps. There's no lifts. There's no, but it's a nice culture. Everyone here has always been very nice. Some people are doing business here, and some people are just hanging out. They're working on the laptop, Wi-Fi, they're maybe get coffee. This is a great little coffee place, and I love it here. And it's a real cool vibe. Chinese restaurant. There's a lot of escalators. And there's a lot of there's just a lot of, it's a different culture. It's a very different culture. There's a learning curve. I feel like I've gone past the learning curve and living a better life. This is a great place if you need to buy a little bag. I'm a big fan of the little bags that they sell. And you can buy little things for bottled waters, little bags for getting around, and passport cases, and whatever you need. How are you? Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate you. The travel club probably isn't the cheapest place, but sometimes there's some real cool about it. I'll tell you what, I am no longer into porn. I'm more into what I call productivity porn. I've used every platform to think of to organize my life and I have just hired my professional caregiver, which is very professional, but she also happens to be able to do WordPress and various technology and learning Java. And I want to find smarter people that are licensed to help me with my life. Basically, I'm turning pro. When I hire the best people to be surrounded by, then I can help me to live a better life. So now I'm going into Denny, have me some breakfast. Hey everybody, I'm here at Denny's. Denny's, where pancakes, eggs, and bacon, sausage, and fruit are coming here to order to me now. And I don't want pancakes, so give me more fruit, whatever. So I don't want to eat all the carbs. So I came here to eat a little lunch before I go upstairs to get my immigration reset up. So I want to show you something. I want to show you how I live my life. I'm trying to keep my life simple with everything, get rid of all the junk, and only have the essentials. So I'm going to show you exactly how I live my life. Here we go. Actually, so number one, a little felt pen. In real estate, I told my agents, always use, when you write a contract, always write it on a blue pen. That way you know that nobody has altered your documents. Nobody changed anything when they sent you, or if you're trusting other realtors, I said just do me a favor, write everything on a blue pen. So I used to buy a lot of these. I ordered on Amazon, ship it here, and I always use a blue pen. So I also have my moleskin, yes. My little journal that I keep that I write and make notes to create my own journal. And my journal is about how to live your best life, and I'm calling it Living Better Every Day. So it's basically just kind of how, for people that are in wheelchairs, that want a journey of make sure their medicines, what kind of medicines they're taking, and then keep what's your medicine you're taking, or what kind of, if you want, I mean, it's going to kind of be like, I don't want to sell a journal that has like this next year. It's going to be basically very simple, but it's going to be very informational about what's your blood pressure this week. But all just simple little things that you need in your life. So I love the moleskin little journals and my blue pen, but also this is my big fan. I love a company called Ben Roy. Ben Roy is a place that holds my passport, my Chime card. I'm a big fan of Chime, and my ID. But also, there's also a pen in here. If I lose my pen, I can use my pen. There's also money in here. Also, it has a hidden space. If you open up this, also there's money hidden. So if I owe anybody, I need to spend any money to buy anything, what I do is I put most of my money in the back. So when I'm negotiating, I say, look, how much is this? I say, well, I only have this. And so I kind of do some negotiating sometimes. And also, if I put too much in my wallet, and people see too much money, I don't want to be so exposure for somebody to come scam on me or come steal my wallet or anything like that. So I try to be very self-aware of where I am, what I'm doing, and how I use it. Now I just use this one whenever I use my passport to go anywhere. It's very simple. It's like it's a very nice wallet with a little pin in it, and it has everything I need. And also my headset for noise canceling. I have tinnitus in my ears and I have ringing all the time, so I choose to buy a brand called Anchor, and you can buy it on Amazon. It's cheaper buying, it works better, and so I love it. And also, she just brought me my coffee, so I'm about to have my coffee and my late breakfast, or so lunch, so to speak. And but anyway, but Anchor. So I have tinnitus in my ears and ring all the time. I get around a lot of music, a lot of concerts. I've just been around so many speakers for so many years. When I started LoneStarMusic.com, that was an online business I started a long time ago, and I'll tell you more about that in the future. I'll tell you about the past and the future. But I was in so many big speakers close to the stages. It's just my ears now, they ring real bad. So I always wear the noise canceling, and whenever I'm speaking directly to you, I put on a headset just to annoy everybody else, what everybody else is saying. So I don't want to be distracted, to be able to do more video blogging. So I choose for the noise canceling, and when I get offline, then when I stop talking to you guys, I listen to a podcast. There's a great podcast by Stephen Pressfield called Turning Pro. His first book was called The War of Art, of how an artist has to fight the resistance that we have. And I'll talk more about my resistance in life also. But yeah, it's a great book. I highly recommend The Award of Art as just how to live your life, how to let go of the haters out there, and how to move forward. Turning Pro tells you how to go from an amateur to a pro. And I have one book I listen to, and I just kind of like, I listen to it every day, just to help me turn more professional as a video blogger also. So I'm very, it's just helped me, my confidence has gone through the roof, and now I'm going to soar. You may share, like, hate, you may share like this and share with other people, and I'd appreciate it. As I go down my journey, you have to have so many subscribers, but if you want to, just subscribe, notify, that way you'll see what I'm doing next, where I'm going next, the people I'm talking to next, because I like to interview other people. I have a thing called Trust Your Passion. It's a domain name, the website's going live, and now I'm just waiting for all the things to get worked on. I have a domain name. I have to wait. If you change the domain name from one to another, then you have to wait 60 days for it to change again. So I have a big vision, and I've got all the websites getting going. And what I do when I go to bed at night, my digital assistant, she works that night or the next day. She sleeps that night, or she works for me while I'm falling asleep. And I love that way to do things. If I dump everything on her plate, and next morning I wake up, it's done. I'm like, perfect. I mean, so she's going to do video editing for me, help me out with that also. So, and also my other friend, he's going to help me also. So we're all working together. But I'm very happy with where I am to find a caregiver that also has digital marketing, because there's so many people that don't understand technology. And they also don't understand caregiving. So it's just a win-win. I'm very happy. And my other caregiver, she wants to be a chef, so she comes and cooks for me all weekend, and we hang out and watch Netflix, and she helps turn me at night. And she's very professional, and I like hiring a professional, and so she wants to be a chef, maybe a caregiver, who knows? But I just like helping other people, and they help me, and it's a good fit. And I really like this culture here, and I just try to always respect everybody, and also don't use other people. Always just looking for what do you need to do if you're in a wheelchair, and how much do you have to spend, because it's very expensive here, where you have all your medical supplies, your medicines, your blue pads, your what I used to call enemies. Enemies you can't get here. The enemies are for basically for how I poop, and it's just there's some things that you can't get here. There's some things you have to order and you have to ship it here, but that's just my life. A year and a half here, I love it, and I want to share my story. And I was so afraid to share my story before. But I'm 54 years old, and I'm going to live my life. I want to be 94. So I want to have a full life, to have a legacy to live online, sharing my story, telling the highs and lows of my life, because we all have struggles. I want to help inspire other people to focus on what is your passion. So once you find your passion, if you really know you're passionate and you really want to do something, just start trusting your passion every day. When you wake up and you stay on your path, you will find success. It may not happen today, it may not happen tomorrow, but if you stay on your path and keep creating content and creating, I use ChatGPT just for ideas. And if somebody says something, if anybody says anything, we're talking a conversation, and they say something, what I do is I use it for creating graphics, just for ideas. And I like playing around with it, but I've actually used it to help me not write a book, but get my ideas. What I do is I go in there and I start rewriting. You don't want to copy anything or plagiarize anything. If you do on Amazon, Amazon will kick you off. So I do not want to do that. But I am finishing several things right now. I'm very happy. I'm living my best life, creating content, writing books, journals, websites, posting, emails. If you need an email and if you want to get off of Google, then I've got a plan for you there also. How to get off of Google, and you have your own domain name, and you have your own email, and it's so much cheaper than you giving all your data to Google. And all they're doing is they're using your data to know exactly who you are, so they can send more ads directly to you. It's just I have a big plan, and and I've got so many things that will be coming forward to. And it may not be today, it may be tomorrow, but it's my future. And I'm going to be building out one at a time. It may be 1 week at a time, it may be 1 month at a time, but I'm telling you, it's my vision, and I'm living my vision. I'm living my life. So thank you, like, and subscribe. Trust Your Passion is a passion movement that I am helping other people to find their calling. I want people to find your calling, and I don't care where it is. You can live in Austin, Texas, Fort Worth, Texas, San Antonio, or Kansas City, or you can live in California. I understand that you're struggling right now, but that was part of my choice. I started seeing what the real estate was happening, the interest were happening, how things were happening, our government was happening. I just didn't like the plan that Biden has, and I just didn't agree to how he built his life. Because the thing is, whenever all my friends told me years ago, if Trump doesn't win, I'm leaving the country. But nobody left, and I did. Just because I started researching. I started researching. Originally, there were 9 countries I wanted to go to. Number 1, I wanted to go to Costa Rica, then I wanted to go to Panama, then I wanted to Colombia. And Costa Rica is nice, but it's a little expensive sometimes. They're nice restaurants, to meet women. It's just, I didn't drink it. I wasn't in bars all the time. And there was a big bar area I went to, but I just had a couple of dates, but it wasn't the right fit. But at one point, there was a thing where I went downtown, and this African American was downtown San Jose with a big New York T-shirt on, and somebody came up behind him and they ripped his gold off. They pulled a gold chain off his neck and went in different directions. And I just said, "Holy shit! Do I want to live here? Do I want to have to learn Spanish? Do I talk to people?" I said, "I want to speak to English people that are beautiful people, that are nicer people, and I have never seen any kind of fight. I have never seen any kind of. I've been here a year and a half, and I've never seen anybody fighting in a bar. I don't go to bars, but I've never seen anybody. You just don't see that. You don't see what we saw every day. You don't see all the people that are getting killed. I don't read all the news, and so on. But I'll tell you what I do watch, and I will give you some information to you. There are a lot of people from a lot of different countries that are using people here. So I watch the immigration. There's an immigration page on Facebook. I watch that. I'm going to be sharing that with you also. So here's how people that came from, this country, what they did, and the immigration. It's a really great tool to learn from, so you can see what people are doing here. It's pretty scary, and it's my journey. I choose to live here, and I just want to share my vision of where I am, what I'm doing, and I appreciate it. I'm about to eat some lunch, so here you go. Here's what I got. It's my life, and I'm living it. See y'all. Like, subscribe, and follow. Thank y'all.